Hello, and welcome to volume 196 of My Prostate is Trying to Kill Me. I'm Mark Graves, just a regular guy fighting prostate cancer, and I'm glad to have you along on this journey with me. Good to be back. I'm just looking at the calendar, and I believe I have not been on social media since August, back in August. And here we are, the 12th of September. I was actually in the hospital, and you know how I usually say, I'm going to make this a short video? It's not going to be that short. So first of all, three things. Number one, more thank yous than I could ever manage to speak, to think, to say. You guys are incredible for all of the text messages, the phone calls, which you guys know those weren't easy. The cards, the letters, the messengers, the Instagrams, and I haven't even answered anything yet. I haven't had a chance to read everything. I've just quickly browsed at it. Being off of social media has given me a chance to focus on my health a little bit and try to recover from this last two hospital stays. So thank you so much. I mean, God bless every one of you for everything that you send me. And I know that I always say this, especially at the end of the videos, but I do appreciate all the prayers, all the positive thoughts, all the positive vibes, all the good juju, all the aloha, all the shaka. Man, everything that you guys send my way. I soak it all up, and I cannot tell you how much I appreciate that. So thank you so much. I love each and every one of you. And I apologize, my throat is pretty dry. What you're seeing right now is, my watch is on nighttime thing, so it doesn't show anything. It is 8:15 a.m. on the West Coast here in Huntington Beach. I've been up since 6 o'clock. Just a real quick breakdown of what I've done. I joined the recliner generation, so my recliner was supposed to be delivered today between 8:30 and 12:30. I got a call at 6:30 in the morning. Today, would it be all right if we dropped your recliner off in 10 minutes? I'm like, hell yeah, baby, bring it on over. So I'll put a picture in here, and then at some point I'll shoot a video of me playing with the recliner. I do spend a lot of time, as you know, sitting on the couch, and the couch is comfortable, but it's not like nap worthy, because I lay on one side, my arm goes to sleep, and then I have to wake up and pendulum to the other side. Kelly always laughs because she walks by, I'll be sleeping this way, and then I'm sleeping that way, and then sleeping this way. So with the recliner, it goes completely flat, baby. I'll just grab my blankie and my pillow. I'm good to go. So I'm extremely excited about that. So anyways, took a shower, did my morning routine, did my pills, and now this is what we got. My tank is almost empty. So that's how fast I run out of energy. But I wanted to get this video done, get this posted up, and then I'll be heading to the couch. We got football today, so I'll be, I'm sure, napping and watching some Miami Dolphins. And then the third thing that I wanted to mention is how much I appreciate everybody at Hoag Hospital. Just fantastic people. I mean, seriously. I know I'm surrounded by angels every day. I feel them, I talk to them. They're my team. But I got extra angels at Hoag. And, oh my gosh, they took such good care of me. There were some real frightening times in that hospital trip. And I'm not even going to try. I'll probably get emotional during this. So I'm not even going to say, I'm not going to cry, because it's probably going to happen. You guys know me. It's just part of me not having testosterone, all that kind of stuff. So let's run through the Cliff Notes version of what happened. You guys know I was in the hospital in August. I had sepsis, and so I was admitted to the hospital. They gave me antibiotics, tried to work on it. I'm not blaming anybody for this. I don't know how this happened, but during that first stay, when I was in there, that was back August 26th through the 28th. My medicine chart was looked at, and I take steroids for my chemo treatment. I take them the day before, the day of, and the day after. And as we've talked about before, this makes me feel like Superman. I mean, seriously. I have all kinds of energy, and of course I've abused that in the past and burned myself out and made my 6 days of hell worse. after the chemo treatment. Well, somehow that got on my medicine chart. So they were giving me steroids while I was in hospital. And I didn't put two and two together. And now, part of that's on me. You're supposed to, say, yes, I'm taking this, blah, 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 blah. Well, neither of us caught it. So I spent 3 days on steroids in the hospital. So, of course, I felt fantastic. And they're like, well, look like you're doing good. We got the antibiotics in you. We'll go ahead and send you home. So they sent me home on Sunday. I came home on the 28th. Come Monday, I'm looking at my schedule. Yeah, so come Monday. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm in the wrong thing. Okay, so I come home on the 28th. The 29th is Sunday, and that's when the steroids decide to leave my body. And I crashed, just like I do on that 6 days of hell. I mean, I crashed hard. So Monday morning, the 30th, I was had to go in at 8 o'clock in the morning for Dr. Holmesy, my oncologist, and get my weekly blood test and that kind of stuff. So I went in, and my heart rate was 165 beats per minute. Now, again, assigning no blame, but they shouldn't have let me leave the office. They did. I went home. I have AFib. I'm used to dealing with AFib. 165 beats per minute is a little fast, even for me. And so I went home, tried to sleep it off, which I've been able to do in the past, and woke up Tuesday morning. Was supposed to go to, and I apologize for the glasses, but I can't see my monitor without it. Okay, so I was supposed to go at 7 a.m. for a blood test for my primary care physician, which I had an appointment the following week. And I woke Kelly up and I said, I'm not going to make it. You got to call the ambulance. So my heart rate was still 165. We called the ambulance. The EMTs came out. They immediately hooked me up to heart monitor. They gave me an IV, installed that. And then I apologize. I did not look up the name of the drug that they gave me. I'll see if I can find it, and I'll put it on the screen here. So what the EMTs are telling me is that, hey, we're going to stop your heart, and then we're going to start it back up again. We'll see if we can get you in sinus rhythm. So kind of a drug version of the paddles. And so I'm like, well, I guess you guys got to do what you got to do. And they said, okay, here's the deal. You're going to feel really funny for 20 seconds. And we just need you to push through. It's not going to feel good, but it only lasts 20 seconds. You can do it. Well, when I first learned how to surf, I was probably, 13 at the time, out on a day that I never should have been out on. And I took one hard, and I got held down for a long time. Scared the ever-loving bejesus out of me. And so I have not an irrational, but I have a very strong fear of drowning or suffocating. That's, for me, would be the worst possible way, I think, to go, other than sliding down a 4-foot cheese grater into a pool of alcohol. That might not be good either. But at any rate, okay, so knowing that, they get me ready. They hook up the needle to the IV. They push the drug in there, and I swear to God, my heart stopped. Now I've had doctors that have told me your heart didn't stop; it reset. What happens when you push a reset button? Doesn't it stop and start again? So I'm not going to argue with doctors. It's like 50-50 right now. I got doctors that say yes, it stops your heart, starts it back up again. I got doctors that say no, it's technically called a restart. That was close enough to me to stopping. And so one of the EMTs is counting. The minute they pushed into the IV, it hit me. And I tightened up, I freaked out, and they counted down, 20, 19, 18. Then the other EMT was holding me down and saying, breathe through it, breathe through it, breathe through it. Well, I couldn't get a breath. And I can't describe to you what was going on in my chest, but I swear to God, when he got to 1, it was done. I mean, literally, it was 20 seconds. The second that he got to 1, it was gone. So whatever I was feeling in my chest was over, it was done. And I just looked at the EMT and said, tell you what, buddy, I will make you a deal. You don't ever do that to me again, and I won't kill you. So it didn't work. Heart rate dropped for just a minute, and then it went back up again. So they threw me in the ambulance. We ran over to the hospital, over to Hoag in Newport Beach, and they admitted me to the ER, and then admitted me to a room. And what had happened is that this was the same sepsis that I was dealing with from the hospital visit the week before, and evidently it's like the tail end. But what it had done is it affected my AFib and caused me to have a fever. So I had a fever of 102, had the racing heartbeat, and I also had something going on in my chest. Tightness in my chest, but not heart related. It was like a cough. Like I had a really hard, dry, painful cough that I couldn't get rid of. So, and again, I apologize. This is not a short video. I think we're at 11 minutes. We still got a little ways to go. So if you want to pause this and come back to it later, please feel free. But I'm just trying to give you this story, update you on what's going on. Okay, so now we are into the 31st of August. And this is when I'm being put into the hospital. So it took them a couple of days to try and get my heart rate down. They finally did. They finally got me in a sinus rhythm, got the heart rate down to, it was 165. They got it down to maybe in the high 90s, which still, we didn't want it there, but that was so much better than what we had. And then we couldn't figure out what was going on with the chest. So they did, almost every day, did a chest x-ray on there, and everything was coming back fine. They weren't seeing anything. And so they're like, we don't know. We don't know what's causing the cough. We don't know what's causing the pain. We're not exactly sure what to do about it. And everything was fine until the last, like they always say, everything's fine until it's not. They did a x-ray, and a haziness started to show up in my lungs, more on the right side than on the left side. So they started checking into it. They did a CT scan of my chest, my abdomen, and my pelvis. And again, that came back with the haziness in it. So they're calling it pneumonitis, which I guess is kind of an umbrella term for things like pneumonia, lung situations. And so I got a new doctor. He's a pulmonary doctor. I'll be seeing him on the 22nd for some outpatient testing. But he looked at it. And so kind of what they're figuring right now is that whatever was in my lungs, or it still is in my lungs, is caused by the chemotherapy. So we're on steroids. I'm on a set of prednisone, where I start out, I take like 3 pills for the first 7 days, 2.5 pills for the second 7 days, and it works itself down progressively. It gets down to where I'm off of it. And so hopefully that'll help. During the time I was in hospital, the side effects of that were I couldn't take a deep breath at all. I mean, I could not get a breath, which means I couldn't talk. I had to whisper, and even whispering was difficult to do. So communication was rough. Also, no strength whatsoever, because I couldn't get my oxygen level to stay up. So they had me on oxygen. They had me on breathing treatments. I'll pop a picture in there of the breathing treatments, which helped quite a bit. It sort of loosened everything up, but I could never get anything out. It wasn't a mucus-producing cough. It was dry, and it effing hurt. I mean, oh my God, it was bad. And we've talked about the fact before that as a side effect of my chemotherapy, I have hemorrhoids. Well, when you cough like that with that much force, that kind of transfers to that area, and that did not feel good either. So lots of bleeding with that. It was terrible. But the good news is they let me out. I think I was in there for 6 days. I think 6 days that second time around. They let me go home on antibiotics and on the steroids. And so I finished the antibiotics. I'm still on the steroids. That's going to go for, 6 weeks, I think. But so that's the extent of the hospital stay. A lot more happened while I was there, but some of it you don't want to hear, and a lot of it I don't want to tell you. But just suffice it to say, now I'm out of the hospital. I'm home. I have very limited energy. I was also having a hard time talking. I have a really fancy name. I call it my toy, but it has a tube on it, and I inhale through this, and I get the little bubble to go up and stay there. So I have chest exercises I'm doing. Physical therapy's been here. They said I'm good. Just give me some exercises to do. I have a walker now. I also have a 4-wheel transport that folds up. It has like a little seat on it with a back, so if I got to go somewhere along, then I can use that to be able to push around. So right now, that's one of my biggest issues is no strength at all. Like I said, burn out really quick, gas tank gets empty. Just it's frustrating as hell because I'm not a sit around kind of guy. That just doesn't work for me. But my wife's riding herd on me and making sure that keep my ass in the seat. And now they got the recliner. That'll be nice because I got that to look forward to. Unfortunately, I have to sit on a hemorrhoid pad all the time. So that's not great, but at least it keeps the pain away. Because I'll tell you, there's something back there that's we're not positive what it is. About the size of a quarter, and it may be a varicose vein. It may be a hemorrhoid below the surface, but it doesn't constantly hurt. But when it hits, holy bejesus, people! It's like Thor took that hammer and shot a lightning bolt up my ass. I mean oh my God, it hurts. Okay, so now the part of the video, and I should have teased this at the beginning. My gosh, I should have teased this. You know what? Maybe I'll put a little piece in there and tease this. Okay, so come Friday, all right? I've been home from the hospital since Sunday. Friday, I have a video chat with my oncologist. Building anticipation. And might get a little emotional. He says, we looked at the CT scans that we did when you were in the hospital. And your lymph nodes are shrinking. My PSA is down from 5 to 2.1. I'm off chemo. He said we made progress on the cancer. We've kind of stunned it, and it's not currently growing. It has shrunk a little bit. And he said that there's no way that he could continue to do the Texater on me because it's killing me. Everybody reacts differently to the chemo drugs. I did not react well to Texater. We've really screwed up a lot of things in my body, and now my lungs are included in that. So the plan now is I'm already on Lupron injections. I get those every 6 months. That's my hormone treatment. And if you remember, at one time I was taking Xtandi, which is also a hormone treatment, but I take that orally. And I used that with good results for about 8 months, and then it didn't work anymore. The cancer started to increase. PSA went up. I metastasized into my lymph nodes. So what we're going to do is use a drug that's a cousin of Xtandi, and it's called Zytiga. And so I'll take the Zytiga, and then along with that, I have to take prednisone, which means I'm going to be on steroids on a daily basis, which means I've got some major changes coming up. Now, I have all of this moon face and my boobs and my belly and everything now is part of the steroids that I already take. So diet has changed. I'm now on a low-carb diet because I could easily end up being diabetic at the end of this because my sugars are going to get raised from the medicine that we're using. So I'm not going to go as radical as I did the first time I did keto, but I will definitely be eating differently and eating more healthy. And so I'll be working on trying to increase my energy, my strength, my endurance. The best part about this is before I started chemotherapy, I was getting Lupron injections. I was taking the Xtandi, and I didn't have a normal life, but I had so much more energy. I was camping, I was boating, I was doing stuff around the house, making T-shirts. I did all that. So that's my light at the end of the tunnel. Now it's going to take 3 or 4 months for all of this chemo to get out of my body. So I still got a rough road ahead of me to get all of that cleared out. But once I do, I'll be back to whatever you want to call my normal. And I can't tell you how excited I am about that. I mean, there's no way that I could have done more chemo. I mean, I prayed every single day to end. Just, my prayers were answered. The cancer's not gone, but it's on hold. And I mean, I can't ask for more than that, but it's not my will, it's His. So that's where I'm at. And God, I'm so excited to tell you guys this. I mean, this is amazing news for me, and it's just raised my spirit so much to know that I'm not doing chemo anymore. So, okay, the next question is, what if my PSA starts to rise again and my lymph nodes start to grow again? Well, then Dr. Holmes has said he's going to put me into the clinical trials for immunotherapy. And I talked to Dr. Hawk, who is his associate when I was in the hospital, and he was so encouraging. I mean, just so uplifting. He said there are so many new treatments that are just around the corner that are almost approved. So much progress has been made in fighting prostate cancer. So I'm excited. I'm jazzed. I talked to the guys in the cancer crew, and a bunch of us are on Zytiga. So I look at how things work for them. Now, granted, we don't all react the same way to medications, but I got a good feeling. So this will be a long process to get me off of the prednisone that I'm on now, then get on to the new drug and the new prednisone. But in the meantime, gosh, I'm excited. I'm so jazzed. I can't tell you. So again, for once, let me look at what I did to this. Oh my gosh, 21 minutes. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. God bless you. Honestly, cannot imagine doing this without you. Whether you be a personal friend of mine, someone I've known for 30 years, 40 years, whether you're a family member, whether you're somebody that follows me here on YouTube and you make comments or you don't make comments, maybe you just hit the little like button or whatever, and we've never actually spoken. I know you're there, and I can feel you, and I appreciate that so much. And one last thing that I want to pop in here. When I was in the hospital, like I said, I have a team of angels with me all the time, and I know people say that sounds corny, but they're there. The Holy Spirit is always with you, and if you talk to your team, if you talk to your angels, they'll answer you, and you never have to feel alone. I don't. I can be by myself, but I don't feel alone. And I ask them all the time to help me remain thankful for what it is that I receive from you guys, to never take for granted the support, the love, the caring, everything that I get from you guys. And I hope that you feel the sincerity in that. I've missed you guys, not putting the videos up here. I do have to tell you that it was a little rejuvenating to not be on social media. Got a lot of catching up to do, and I'll slowly get through it. But I will just say a huge thank you to everybody. And if I don't answer your message personally, please know that I saw it and that I love each and every one of you. And I'm so happy that I got good news in this video. And I'm gonna have to tease that at the beginning of the video, because it just makes me, my heart is exploding. I'm just so flippin' happy. All right, thank you so much for being there. If you'd like to continue to follow along in this journey, then feel free. Hit the subscribe button. If you feel, give me a thumbs up. I want to try and pump this algorithm up. I'm excited now about getting even more followers on here and helping more people and getting the word out. And this is Prostate Cancer Awareness Month. I will only tease this a little bit just because I have absolutely no idea if I'll have the energy to get this done, but I do have some special t-shirts that we're going to be selling to raise money for prostate cancer research. More coming on that later. And like I said, I can't make any huge promises right now because I'm pooped. And just from this talking for, I don't know, 22 minutes, whatever this has been, this is a lot. This takes a lot out of me. So I guess I should just shut up and end the video. But I missed you guys, and I love you all.